Okay, here we go again. Let me wait for just a second for people to get out of the old video and get onto this one. This is our weekly back carry video this time. Okay, I see people hopping on now. All right, so the weekly back carry this week is Autumn's Reinforced Ruck tied Tibetan. And this is a great carry to learn how to spread the second pass of a carry because you have a secure seat in place and you don't have to take a tail off of your shoulder to spread out a chest pass. You can just spread that second pass back. And it's just one less moving part to have to deal with. And so this carry is excellent for learning that skill, which is why that is our Technique Tuesday. This carry is great for babies that have gotten a little bit bigger and taller because then they can be lower, so that second spread pass actually takes some weight and the carry is not as shoulder heavy. This carry is great even for big giant kids. It's almost as supportive as a double hammock if you tighten it correctly. That's always the key. Sorry, like I said in my last video, it's like 85 degrees in my house and it's really, really hot. So that's why I switched to this wrap. It's much thinner than the Traveler, but I'm very hot and sweaty right now. So we're gonna start with the middle marker in the middle of baby's back. All right, I'm going to make a nice seat here. Since this is a multi-layer carry, I am going to assume that you already know how to make a secure seat before attempting this carry, so I'm not going to do a step-by-step walkthrough of the seat making. I'm just going to do it. Okay, so make sure you've got a good secure seat in there with baby's knees above their bum. Then you're going to drop them down to a little bit lower than ruck height, but not necessarily as low as a double hammock. You just want to make sure that they're low enough that the second horizontal pass that goes across their back comes close to their armpits. You can drop them even lower if they're going to be arms in, and you can have that second spread pass come all the way up as high as the top rail if you want to. But they need to be low enough that you can spread that second pass. If their bum is all the way up near your armpit, you can't really reach because the pass only goes as high as your armpits. So you've got to drop them down if you want that second pass to bear any weight at all. Sorry, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I hate when that happens. What's probably gonna happen is I'm gonna pin the rail and then sneeze and drop the whole thing. Okay. I'm gonna pin one tail down in my knees. And to spread the second pass, what I'm gonna do is the bottom rail is gonna become my new top rail. But I'm not just gonna drop the rest of it while I spread, otherwise all of the slack is gonna go and baby's gonna sag down. So I'm actually gonna hold the old top rail either under my chin or in my teeth or somewhere where it's not gonna go anywhere while I'm manipulating the rest of the fabric. So you'll notice when I spread the pass, I spread my arms way out wide to lift the fabric up and over the baby, because the wider your arms are and the further back you're holding the fabric, the less likely it is to catch right here. And then as you kind of towel it up baby's back, it'll rub on this fabric and potentially pull the seat out. So you want to try not to have that happen. So again, pterodactyl wings, not chicken wings when we spread passes. That's Alyssa's favorite saying. And then keep your thumb hooked in that bottom rail, and you can move the bottom rail back and feed the slack out with this other hand. So now it's nice and tight, right up near my armpit. Not digging, but it's snug there. Then I can pin right here, and I can strand by strand tighten through the rest of this width. And then I can walk it down and around and under baby's bum while I hold this one on this side. So now I have a second knee-to-knee seat that I just kind of stuck there. And again, don't shove the fabric up in between you, because that's not going to make a secure seat, that's not helpful, and it's not supporting baby in the correct position. If baby's in the right position, as you manipulate the fabric, it's just going to tighten nicely around their hips and knees and back and support that ergonomic position. You're never using fabric to force baby into a position. You're moving the child, then moving the fabric to tighten it around them.
Mommy, are you almost finished so we can play outside with friends?
In a few minutes.
Okay, yay!
So now I can take this whole pass with one hand and pull it down and around and over. Kind of a whole wrap tightening step, but not exactly. So then I'm going to spread this across my chest in a Tibetan finish, and I'm going to stick it under my Ruck strap to form the first half of the Tibetan finish. And then I'm going to pin it in my knees, because this is not a secure finish. It's not a half knot, it's not a knotless tuck. So this could slip. So don't let go of it. Switch it, pin this one in your knees while you do this side. So now I'm going to restrand by strand tighten, because this was in my knees. My knees don't have fingers. They won't maintain tension on the individual strands. So I have to strand by strand tighten my Ruck strap before I make my bunched pass. So I'm going to arrange it here and then bring it down over both of baby's knees. Making sure that it goes into the knee pit and not pinching over the lower leg and potentially cutting off circulation. That's not good. Now, again, we're going to spread into a Tibetan finish across the chest. Did I twist it? No. Okay. And then under the Ruck strap, okay. Now I can do my whole wrap tightening step, which with a regular Ruck tight in front, we hold the passes out to the side at our waist and bounce and pull straight out. Here we're going to hold them out in front of us and bounce and pull forward. And you can see everything kind of cinched in like an ace bandage. All the slack that had creeped in here pulled forward, and this pulled forward, and the weight moved from the tops of my shoulders into my lower chest here. So all the weight is now sitting here rather than up here. And then I can just finish my carry by tying off that double knot. You can also use a single ring finish here if this gets up too much in your face. You can do a flat single ring finish right there. As long as you have a knot somewhere, if these are under the ruck straps. Otherwise, you can do over the ruck straps, but you can't do that whole wrap tightening step where you pull out and cinch up the entire carry. You can't do that with a knotless finish, so you won't get as snug and well tightened of a carry if you do it that way. And this is Autumn's reinforced ruck tied Tibetan. All right, if you're catching this after the fact, you can drop any comments you have and questions down in the comments, and I will be happy to answer them. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I'm gonna go see who is ringing my doorbell now. Bye, everyone.